Welcome to Coach Connect. So let's just assume that you just woke up. You're on day 6, and the first thing that you're going to want to do is click on body. So it's that orange bubble with the heart, with kind of like a heartbeat going through it. So you're going to want to click on your body. I wouldn't suggest weighing yourself every day unless that's kind of what you enjoy doing. But I typically tell my clients to weigh themselves once a month or once a week. So all you want to do is when you first start in this app, day 1, you definitely want to put your weight in there. That is a suggestion. And also your waist. And your waist is around your belly button area. Don't suck it in. Just relax and put the tape measure over your belly button and around in your circumference. Every morning you need to click on elimination and you need to enter number of times and then the type. That's very, very, very important. The number of times is kind of a little bit hidden. It's at the top. And then sleep. Sleep is also important, noting how much sleep you're getting every night. The goal will be 8 hours every single night. So the first time you come into this app, it will ask you what your goal is, and please enter 8. The number of times woke up, it's important to enter that so I can kind of get an idea of how many times you're waking up. And the quality will be this bar. So you can kind of slide it. It goes from poor to great. So you're going to want to put what the quality of sleep is every single morning. So we're going to get out of body. And the next thing I would do is condition. That was that yellow button with the two hands in it, the thumbs up, the thumbs down. Click on that. You're going to want to put in how you're feeling today. Look at all of these, kind of get an idea of what's in here, but click on a couple of them. Let me know how you're feeling today. It's important probably just first thing in the morning. That way it gives me kind of an outlook of how, you're feeling first thing in the morning compared to the day before. And I can look at what you're eating and your sleep and your hydration. It all affects everything. The next thing I would click on is nutrition. So again, nutrition is that green button with the fork and the carrot. You'll want to click on that and log in your hydration and meals. So the water is pretty awesome. It's 8 ounces each time you tap the screen. And at the bottom, you can hit the negative if you got a little too carried away. So far today, I've had 16 ounces of pure water. And that'd be filtered water with nothing in it. So water, you'll want to kind of keep on top of that throughout the day. And what I do is I have a 16-ounce cup that I use. So every time I fill it up and drink it completely to the bottom, I just come on here and tap it twice, and it logs in the 16 ounces. So that's how I make that really easy. So in the morning when I woke up, I had cereal. I do like to note the time in the notes section. So I put 5:30. Typically I put 5:30 a.m. So I'll edit that really quick. I'll kind of put a note of what it is. And for this, I don't really need measurement because I already know what that is. And I had 2 cups of coffee. So again, you can tap on the screen or subtract if you get going too crazy. I didn't really have anything else. I didn't have dairy because I had a coconut milk. And this is actually gluten-free cereal, but I'm not going to actually notate that. It's not really packaged food either. It is kind of processed packaged food, but it's something I'm very familiar with, so I don't really need to notate that. And kind of depending on which plan I have you in, you may or may not see all of these buttons. Typically, most of the food plans are going to have the things that I want you to avoid underneath. This one is a little bit more comprehensive. It is important to take a picture of your food, and I would suggest foods that you eat frequently to just take a picture with your phone and save it to favorites or a file or somewhere where it's easy to access. And I can give you some examples of that. So my second meal for breakfast was at 9 a.m. I had 2 eggs and a quarter cup of egg whites, and then half a cup of mixed berries. I think it's really important, again, to notate the time that you're eating so I can see that. Notate exactly what you're eating. I did have 2 cups of caffeine. So I guess I could put in here 2 eggs. I don't think berries are in here. No, I don't think berries are in here. I mean, it is considered, I guess, a fruit, maybe. I guess I could do that. But, you know, the most important part is the notes. I really look at that. It's really hard for me to see all these other things when I'm looking back at what you ate for the day. So let's just do one for pretend's sake. Let's say my mid-morning, I want to use an existing photo. So again, like I said, I put some foods that I eat commonly in my favorites. This is something I have a lot. It's a protein waffle with sugar-free syrup. So I didn't have to retake the photo over and over again. So it's protein waffle. Whoops, I need to put the time, don't I? So let's put 12 p.m. Really, really helps me. Please put that in there. So protein waffle, sugar-free syrup. Sugar-free syrup. Perfect. And you can do voice text too, which makes it a little bit easier. It's not really applies to any of these either. And again, it's not really something I'm really super focused on. Let's say I drink an alcoholic beverage or went crazy. Or again, you can subtract it. You just hit that minus sign. But anyways, I think that's the biggest point is having a picture of your food, the time, noting what it is, and noting, you know, portions, half cup, or 4 ounces is really, really important to kind of notate if it's something that I can't tell by looking at it. So I think I can delete this. No, I can't. I'll just switch it later when I have that meal. No big deal. Again, that pretty much covers nutrition. So we'll get out of nutrition. Movement, you shouldn't have to do a ton with if you have your fitness device turned on. As you can see here, I have my Apple Health app turned on. You need to make sure that your Apple Health app is turned on in your phone as well, so it'll track your steps. So far today, I've only gotten 116 steps with 2 floors. So I do live in a 2-story house. Most of the time I don't carry my phone with me, so it doesn't count most of my steps, which is completely fine. But you know, if today I do a 20-minute workout, I'll log that in there. The first time you use this app, it's going to ask you what your goal movement is a day. Put 30 minutes in there. And the reason is our goal is to hit 150 moderate intensity exercise movement a week. So that's kind of where that comes from. Every day, you know, you should do some sort of meditation. And meditation is a general term. I actually contacted the company and asked them if they could change that to self-care. But let's just call it self-care, right? So it could be reading your Bible, it could be painting, it could be crocheting, it could be just sitting in a dark room and just gathering your thoughts, it could be journaling, whatever. So a minimum of 2 minutes a day would be your goal. Here in notes, I really want to encourage you every day to tap on voice text and document how you're feeling. Just tell me. Voice text it out. I don't really care if it's not, you know, grammatically correct or maybe the spelling is horrible. I don't really care. Just voice text me how you're feeling today. Use it as kind of like a little journal. So here on your plan, I clicked at the very bottom. I don't know if you saw that. At the very, very bottom, it says plans. You'll click on that. It says what to eat. This is the 14-day free trial. So, you know, there's not going to be nearly as much frills to this as there is the full-blown plan. So the what to eat doesn't really have anything, but I'll show you where I actually do have that daily guide. Each day I do have some suggestions on what to do. So very much look at each day and go through it. This is the free version, so it's pretty much repetitive every single day except for the last day. It'll kind of give you what to expect, but you can always look ahead, especially depending on what plan you're on. There are a lot of variations day to day or week to week, depending on what plan you're on. Okay, so at the bottom again, I'm going to hit contact. That's those bubbles at the bottom. This is how you reach me. Every day I encourage you to text chat with me. If there is a red bubble on this button at the bottom, that means there's a message pending in there from me to you. So I encourage you every day to look at that. You should get 1 to 2 messages from me every single day. But hit the text chat. It might seem scary, like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? You know, I'm talking to Catherine, or you think it doesn't text my phone. It actually just stays in the app. It keeps it HIPAA compliant. So you can just say, hi, beautiful. How are you? You can say whatever you want. or whatever. But again, I like the, back here in the notes section, just to kind of give me a dialogue of your day. If there's something urgent you need to get to me, or a question you have that you really want me to address, that's where the text chat is. So at the bottom in the more, there's usually, depending on what plan you're on, most likely you're watching this in the free version. Recipes, there's not going to be anything on this one because that's the free version. So there's less frills, like I said before. Shopping list, again, it won't have anything in shopping list. Other plans, the paid for versions, do have shopping lists. Supplements, I've added a few supplements in there that I do suggest on this plan. And there actually might be more listed. Mine's kind of a older version, but documents I've loaded a lot of documents in here for you to glaze over. And actually there's a grocery list right there. So you can open that up. You can take a look at that. This is basically a very comprehensive grocery list, kind of all the foods that you need to stay within, but you can upload it, you can email it, you can print it, whatever you need to do. Stay hydrated, the concept behind that, what you should do. So everything is in here that really, so documents is a really, really important one to review. Your profile, please go in there and add your photo. I would love to see your face every time I go in there. But make sure to go in there and add your photo. Edit anything in here that you need to do. Again, that's right there's the fitness app connection right there. And let's see, goals. So goals, if you need to edit your goals, maybe when you first set up the app, you quickly went through it and you want to go and edit your goals. That's where this is. Again, it's in the more at the bottom right. Click on goals. And the plan selection, you shouldn't have to mess with that. I assigned that to you at the beginning. Coach Connect Tour, this is the sliding. It kind of like points out the different aspects that I'm kind of doing in this video for you as well. But it's a little more, I feel like this is more comprehensive, but maybe you don't want to hear my voice. Maybe you want to do that. And support would be as if you're having problems with the app, technical, which you probably shouldn't have to use. So I can't think of anything else other than that is pretty much it. I appreciate you. I care for you deeply. And again, document as much as possible throughout the day so that way I can nudge you forward to a healthier you.